sit
Our
here.
moment, Cynthia. There we go. You got in touch with the library to do, or they asked you?
No, what they asked me.
We've got Charlotte here today. We just talked with Chuck, and Charlotte, you are.
I'm Chuck's wife.
And can you tell us a bit about what happened last year?
Well, we were living our lives and having a wonderful time in retirement and very active, traveling a lot, playing golf, involved in so many different things. And I got a call pretty early one Friday morning, and somebody said, your husband fell down, and we called 911. It looks like he's had a stroke. And my heart just dropped.
Mm-hmm.
You relive it
Mm-hmm.
over and over and over again, and I thought, oh, this is terrible.
How did Chuck having that initial stroke, how did it change your day-to-day life?
In every possible way. Nothing was ever the same,
Mm-hmm.
ever.
Mm-hmm.
And to a great extent, things still aren't really the same, except that I have gone back to work part-time, which I love to do. And that's kind of like, fun for me. And I see friends from time to time, so that's nice. But basically, in the beginning of his recovery, I stayed on him 24/7 practically.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't have to, because he reached a point where he could see the results himself.
Mm-hmm.
And as he saw the results, rehab equals recovery.
Mm-hmm.
Over and over and over again. We said that then I really don't have to nag him at all anymore, because you just, like Chuck said, you never give up. You never stop. And that's how my life has changed. I never stop.
I know you didn't. And I think that made a huge contribution to Chuck's recovery.
Family does too, though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, not just you. Family, all family support. There's a huge difference when somebody has family support as compared to when they don't. There's so many life changes. How did you cope?
I think I coped because I had so much help.
Mm-hmm.
I was not really alone at all for the first at least 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the entire rest of the time, my son and daughter-in-law really didn't see each other for months, because he would drive out and stay a few days and drive home. And while he was driving home, she'd be on the train coming out.
So you had a lot of support from family.
Tremendous. And they were very instrumental in pulling Chuck back from the abyss.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In not letting him go,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what.
You did one of the best jobs in regards to advocating in the medical system. What advice would you have for family members who are navigating that system for the first time?
Research everything you're told.
Mm-hmm.
If you find some kind of help that you feel your loved one isn't getting, go to the doctors, go to the medical community and ask for it.
Mm-hmm.
If they won't do it, go over their heads. And if you still don't get an answer, just keep going up and going up to the very top, and you eventually will get satisfaction. Demand that your loved ones see any type of doctor that they need, whether it's a gastroenterologist or a cardiologist or a dermatologist or an optometrist, Lastly, but I have to say, once the initial medical needs are met, I think this has been the most important thing in Chuck's recovery, and so does he, because we've talked about it endlessly. Once the initial medical needs are met, the physical therapists are brilliant. Every one that we've had including yourself. It's made all the difference with Chuck. It's the reason that he's recovering. And he was told at one point by a doctor that his arm and hand would never come back.
Mm-hmm.
He was told by other doctors in the medical community that if it comes back, it'll be the last thing to come back. Well, it's only 8 months. He's only been awake about 6 months, and he can lift his left arm halfway up. He can squeeze your hand so hard you'll cry. That's rehab, and that's physical therapists.
And both of your determination and positivity and persistence.
Well, persistence is the key to success in life. That's the only thing that stops most people from getting anywhere, is that they try something half-heartedly, and if they don't get anywhere, then they give up. That's failure. You can never give up.
Mm-hmm. What, if there's any remaining advice that you would give to family members or caregivers of people who are in those early stages of stroke recovery, to help them cope or to help their loved one progress?
Well, to help them cope, have your family and your friends and your neighbors around you so that you have someone to talk to,
Mm-hmm.
and someone to lean on, somebody to even just drive you to, the nursing home or the hospital if you just feel like you can't even drive that day. And for your loved one, that's equally important, to have people coming all the time and letting them know that they are still loved, they're still wanted. I guess more or less show them how to get back into life. I have a friend who's a massage therapist who would come in and massage his legs and feet and hands and arms, and he started twitching and responding, and we would talk to him about the news of the day, what was going on and what was going on in the kids' lives, and
Keeping him engaged.
we kept keep them engaged. Don't let them go.
Mm-hmm.
Keep them engaged in life. It's springtime. It's beautiful day. It's 103 degrees out. It's a terrible hot day out there, and you just have to surround them with family and friends. It's so important. Otherwise, they may leave you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
Oh.
sharing. You have the best insight to what this experience is like, and I really appreciate you sharing it with others, and I hope it brings some positivity and some hope for other people.
I hope so too.
Thank
I really
you.
do. Thank you so much. Thank you.